The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on the 17th of November, Monday. We're looking at the Dow down 19 at 47,127. Now, have a look at this. So you had that big spike to the upside, all-time high at 48,431. The others didn't do it, only the Dow. And it came down and it's testing this Chapman Wave inside track propellant zone. Breaks under it, goes down to the 46,700s. That's a problem. That's a real problem. I think it's going to do that. I don't know when. We're anticipating that it won't. We're anticipating that this green 9-period moving average, which is still strong, at some point is going to go pink and go negative. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, next thing is that we've got that peak D. We've got a leg D in the weekly chart. I don't see any way that we get to 48,432 this week to an all-time high. So I believe we will make a peak D in the weekly chart at that, look, Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. We're pulling back, just trying to make it as simple as possible. Monthly chart is still a very strong leg A. It's only a leg A. The others, and in this case, look at the S&P, that is a peak A. Because, that is a leg A with a good chance that the 6920.34 all-time high that was made back on the 29th of October is not going to be taken out in November, and that we will make a peak there. That's my anticipation. We could make a turnaround in November sometime. I don't really see it. And you've got a little doji candle right there, that potential peak F. I think there's a little problem here, and that problem is going to be resolved by downside activity. Let's go to the daily chart, and you've got this dreaded H pattern. What's the dreaded H pattern? We're going to see a lot of those, so I may as well just show you the chart. Not that chart, this chart right here. Okay, let me just move it over. That is where price comes down very sharply. Tries to rally, fails at a peak A or a B, arches over and takes out that left side low. What happens there? It's a whole nother scenario. But in the meantime, that will be my target. My target says that the low that was made on November the 7th at 6631.44. Let's just put 6631 right here, because that's going to be my target, 661. There are. That's my target for the downside. That's going to be met. And the upside resistance is very strong at 67.50. What was today's high? 67.54. So let's make it 67.54 to 67.60. All right. Let's go to the QQQ NDX 100. Starting to move down. Dow's now down 56. S&P is down 9. And the QQQ is the Invesco QQ Trust uses the Index 100 trading vehicle down 74 cents to 608.05. And that we didn't even get to the pink 9-period moving average of 614.49. It's been negative for a little while. So this says to me, upside very limited. Good chance that we can continue choppy. Limited upside. Downside is starting to expand a little bit, and that means that we've taken out the low that was made about 8 sessions ago, and the next low, major low, will be, well, let's do one thing at a time. The 14-period moving average low on the weekly chart will be 596.83. All right, so we've got a little bit of a way to go down there. IWM, Russell 2000, small caps, stopped the rally early this morning. It rallied to 237.84. It's at 236.93, down 47 cents. Holding quite well, I must say, but still starting to pull back. If it's holding well, let's just have a look at the TLT, because I think the small caps are vulnerable if the yields go higher. Well, yields are actually coming down a little bit. They're going up a little bit, sorry. The 200-period moving average, we below that, we're at 89.04, up 17 cents in the TLT. There's the dreaded H pattern. Peak A, peak B. What happens when you take out that left side low? Well, it means within 2 bars you need to close above it. We didn't close above it Friday, and today we are above it. The low that we're looking at was the 5th of November, 88.88, 8888. That's it. And look, the 9-period moving average in the weekly chart is turning down, but still very strong. So let's go to the TBT, because you need to get this as a picture. Remember, I was looking at the IWM Russell's small caps, saying that higher yields really impact them. And you've got a leg D in the daily chart of the TBT, which is really the yields. It's the ultra short limit 20-year Treasury bond ETF, and it took off from the 200-period moving average that it hit 3 times. The low was 31.69, and here it is at 33.90. So the yields are now at 3.39. That's still pretty good, but it's actually much higher than it was recently. I do want to go to the gold. Let's go to the GDX. GDX right now is down 5 cents at 76.11. I just think that we've had a huge pullback from 85.09 down to the 68 area, and then we bounced up to 80, and now we're just digesting those gains, and I think we're in the lower range right now, and I do believe that gold is going to possibly arch over if it takes out the low that was made in the GDX of 73.25, the low of the 14th. This week, if it takes it out, it'll be an arch formation. Then you've got to be very careful. What you really want to see is to get into this ugly candle of the 13th. You want to be, the high was 79.74, low was 76.42. You want to be, I would say, 78. Anything above 78 would be a good sign. Silver actually was holding very well, went to an all-time high. And here it is down 17 cents at 50.15. I'm just going to suggest that this has the cup formation. If you look at the high that was made right here, look at this. The high that was made around about October the 13th. Look, all the technicals. No, the 9-period moving average was way above the 14. That's a big positive. The MACD was very strong. Retro strength, this gray line, was good, but wasn't as good as it was just about a week before, but it was still very good. But the stochastic started to pull back, and the on-balance volume was very strong, but right 3 days, no, it was 2 days before it turned down. The on-balance volume usually does it right at the equinox of the turn. Now you've got a cup formation, and the cup formation says, draw it in right there, a little lopsided, but that's okay, says that the high that you made 3 sessions ago, that was Thursday at the 8 to 13. Was that Thursday? Whatever the 13th was. Yep. And that was at 54.41. The MACD was weak. The retro strength did rally a little bit. The stochastic went above 80%, and now zip has gone down to 79.26%, and the on-balance volume is pulling back. I'm watching this very closely, because if silver takes out 49.30, that's going to be a negative. If it pushes above 51.90, I'd say 52 would be good. But it has to do that, and has to do that very soon. I think there's a little double top there. All right, let's go to high-grade copper. High-grade copper is down 0.04 at $5.01. This is in a trading range. Remember, rectangle formation can go back to or just under, right on, or just above the previous high, and then you got to be careful, because if you take out halfway into the rectangle formation, usually you start to pull back, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. What am I missing? I'm missing Bitcoin. I don't know. Why do I always forget Bitcoin? Bitcoin is trading up 90 cents. I've been saying this is acting really poorly, and you've got to be very careful. And together with that, I'm going to show you Ethereum, ETH. Bitcoin is up 149 to 94,500. Ethereum is down 5 cents at 29.53, also testing major support. I'll be back in a moment.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, we're back and we're looking, let me just get this right here. We're getting this, I need to ESZ25, just wanted to show you something here. So the E-mini had this huge move. It was really, in a way, it was a surprise. I expected that there would be a little bit of a continuation in the Dow move, in the general market move from Friday. Look what happened. We went, this was the 16th, and a very nice move. And then we had this extension overnight. I went to this peak E at 68.01. And then all of a sudden it turns down. Look, the pink 9-period moving average, look at that. It turned down and has been pink ever since, even with that big rally to the 200-period moving average from the low, trough G low of, what was that? That was 67.26. I mean, almost an 80-point move down and tried to rally, did it very nice, and now it's kind of fading. I'm of the opinion that there's a market rotation going on at this particular point. If you look at something like a J&J, this is Johnson & Johnson. Look at that. Very nice move up. Even today, it's up 311. You know, that's very interesting. I showed this to my subscribers when I did my video hour. I think it was an hour and a half, 20 minutes, hour and a half with video on Friday discussing all these different actions. Now, there are moments where, something shows strength, and it's one that you've looked at, and everything looks like it should try to go higher, and then out of the blue turns down. And there are a number of those stocks that we're looking at this morning. But one thing that I wanted to mention was, I wrote it down here. I was very surprised to see that L is for the very young. The L is trading at 104.97, up 56 in a leg B. And what is L? It's Lowe's core, insurance, hospitality, refining, hotels. I mean, what a mix, right? And it's at almost an all-time high, within a couple of points of an all-time high. So this is a very select market. Some areas that were very strong before are now showing quite a bit of weakness. And I'm just going to say, be careful. Now, I'm looking at Robinhood in the den. I did not realize this. There was a comment made that Fidelity and, wait, let me see if I can find it. I must thank whoever put that in there because it was very useful information. Now, of course, I'm not going to find it. Was that today? What's going on, Michael Singer? Oh, I think I overshot it. So Fidelity and Robinhood did something, and they're being sued by a particular company, and I'm not going to find it, right? No, I'm not going to find it. It had a big thing. It said Robinhood. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you for that. That was Hello in the den. Yeah, so that's it. Breaking. Public company alleges Robinhood and Fidelity participated in market manipulation. Genius Group says it will take immediate action against brokers that remove the buy button on the company's stock, GNS. GNS. Didn't we follow GNS at some point? GNS. Oh, look at that. Gapped up today, huge. It's still up 9%, 9.5%, up 0.08 at 0.94. Good grief. Genius Group. Well, the Genius Group was once near 2 and is now trading at 0.94. Oh, no, it was once at 80,000. I don't know how this works. I might be wrong. Maybe it wasn't. No, it wasn't at 80,000. I'll remember mentioning this. This was once at 367,499. What? 367.499. So it was once at 367. Well, it was a little problem. It actually went down just the other day to 0.68, was it? Yeah, 0.68. All right, so anyway, I don't know why it should have such a big effect, but I think Robinhood had that spectacular move on Friday. It really was spectacular because it hit a round number, 114. I should mention we are still long from way, way back a little bit. It hit 114 and really bounced very strongly. It went to 126. 140 to 126, I'd say 12 points, whoops, just like that, 11%, 10%, and now it's come down. So this to me is a little bit of a worry because the weekly chart is this arch formation. So in the rectangle formation, often you pull back sharply, and then you go like a stair-step move, peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D, and then it stalls just under, right on, or just above the previous major high of the flagpole. Or there's the other one that goes straight up and then fails underneath and then arches over and then takes out the left side low. And that's what Robinhood has done. It's now down 5. It was vulnerable in the first place, but this is the action today. It didn't need, let's put it this way, it did not need that bad news, right? So as it stands right now, taking the buy button, the sell button off, is that what they said? Well, I don't even understand that because it's all automated, so everything should have been there. All right, so as I'm looking at it, that's not a good sign. Let me just get back to Bitcoin. I just want to tell you, look, Bitcoin there's the dreaded H once, peak B minus, took it out, and the distance of the arch to the baseline on the left can be a measured move to the downside. Well, we've done more than that by Friday's move and today's move to 92,975. I've been warning that this is not acting well. That spike up to that peak D back in October, around about the 6th of October, to 127,248, just above the previous high of, what was it, 123, I think it was, 127,170. That all the technicals were very, very disappointing, very weak. So this thing pulled back. It's getting to a point now where it needs to say, hey, I'm back in business. I don't think it is. I think this is going on for a little longer. It also means that we're talking about weeks and maybe even January before it actually gets back to the 107, 110,000 area. If it can't rally above 103,000 in the next 2 weeks, I'm not sure that, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. Let's just do one thing at a time. We are still long core position. I'm going to probably, on the next big bounce, I probably will say, you know what? let's come back again fresh, because we've had really good gains even now, but I don't want to wait for this to go all the way back if it's going to go back. Let's just see what happens. Might even add. All right, question came in, and I said I'd get to it. ARGX. We've often looked at this for our Denner and Zip, and this is Argenx, SAADS, South American, I don't know. Antibody therapies, rare immune, huge leg B in the monthly chart, a leg D in the is this all-time high? Could be. Yep, all-time high. Weekly chart, leg D, and the daily chart. Now, this is one of those occasions in the Chapman Wave methodology where I say, you've got to have another way to look at this. And all I can say is, this is the start of a new move right here. Argenx trading at 919.93, up 11, up 12, 1.32%. Is that a low? Oh no, is that the music again? Oh, what's it? All right, I'll tell you what, we've got a break coming up. I'll actually put in all the notations and I'll talk about it when we return. Question is, where's a good point to add? And I'll give you that in a moment. I'll be right back. Dow's up 2, S&P's down 2.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi folks, we returned. So we were looking at RGX, but before I do that, just in the Dan said, Basil, it's not. Some brokerages make equities, and in quotes he says, sell only, unless you call to place order. Okay, I see that just sounds so weird. Yeah, so if that's the case, I don't. Maybe Robinhood's just selling off because I link it together with the gold. And you remember we're looking at the gold, and the gold was down 19, and just said it's more in a choppy trading range, sideways. Probably going to make lower highs and lower lows, but within the context of still in a buy mode in the weekly chart, that's what I'm looking at. And Bitcoin, the same thing in the sense that Robinhood, the players, I think a lot of them are the Bitcoin players. So I think if they're going down together right at this particular point, because Robinhood held very well, I still think it's going to be the place to be for the next big move up when we get it. So in the meantime, back at the ranch, that explains that. Now let's go back to ARGX. And what I'm saying is, I don't want to go into it now because it's maybe on Technical Friday I'll do it. But I have this technique I developed. It took a long time, a lot of money to figure this one out. That sometimes you don't get a peak D, but you get a false move. Excuse me. Oh. The voice is gone. I'll be back. Hold up. Okay, get that voice back. I don't know what happened there. Drink of water. Okay, ARGX. Sometimes you get a peak that just fails to go above the peak C. And I call it a peak C2. It's a phantom peak, but in fact, it works beautifully very often. I like to make it only if it's fractionally lower than that, what would have been a peak D. But in this case, it's a little bit more than fractional, although you're talking about a stock that made a high of 855.46 on the 20th of October. And the next high that I'm using is 842.19. Well, let's call it 855 to 8. Let's call it 85.5 to 84.2. Even that's a little bit bigger than usual. But everything about it says that was a phantom peak and that you're now in a buy mode, and it's a peak A, a peak B. We're in a leg C. Where would I add to? It might just be a very short-term add, but between 902 and 880. But I would actually have a 5-point stop, just a really tight stop, because it needs to make a peak C. Hasn't done that yet. Just pull back and then make that D, and then we'll make a decision. So let's see if that's the scenario I'd be looking at. But to tell you the truth, if you're in your position, this is getting a little toppy, only in terms of the visual price. If you look at the MACD, it's strong. The stochastic's flat at 92. On balance, volume's good. Now I'm going to stay with that scenario. That's the scenario. You can buy a dip to go to a leg D, and then you've got to assess it. And that would just be that wouldn't be an add-on. That would be a trading add-on. Could last an hour, could last a day, could last actually a week or two. I don't think it'll last much more than that, because I think at some point you're going to come back and retest 900 to 885. But so far, this is outstanding action. Hope that helped you. The next question was XPEV. XPEV. Chapman Inc. designs, develops, markets smart EVs. Had a beautiful move to a recovery high just recently in the 28s. Then made that peak E. I said, be careful. And now it's gapped down and it's trading at 23.53, down $1.48. And it's a peak E probably this week. I don't see any chances. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a very, very high chance that if it rallies, this 26 to 26.20 area will be very strong resistance. If it gets to 27, then I have to change my mind. But I don't think it's going back to the 28s right now. It needs to digest these gains, and that's probably going to be a peak E in the weekly, but you have to wait all the way through December into the first week of January to see if that's going to be a peak D in the monthly chart. Chinese automaker, I said I'd join it always when I mention it with Tesla. Tesla is our big EV company, and that's one of theirs in China. Look at this, up 12 today at 416.73. You just cannot keep this stock down. Look at that. It went, Fibonacci number. I always like to keep the Fibonacci's there if it's not looking too messy. And what did it do? It hit, I don't even know where it is. The 50% mark. It hit 50%. Now it's now bouncing. But look at the 9-period moving average. Here it's weak in the daily, but the weekly chart is still very strong. My suspicion, there's just a suspicion, is that in November, maybe even by the first week of December, we will have tested the 370 level. If we take 370 out, that's a big problem. But so far, this is holding beautifully, and that monthly chart says, there should be a peak D above 488.48. That was the December 2024 high, and it should go to 488.49, make leg D by 1 penny or above, and that should happen, I would say, by January. You should be seeing that in Tesla. Next question came in. Could I look at where was it? Oh, that's right. So it was from last week. So where do we want to go? So it was UPS, Disney, and Ford, and I don't know if I got you. It was after my show on Friday. Okay, so UPS, United Parcel Service. United Parcel Service trading at 94.60, down $1.35 at that big spike. And you remember I said, I'm calling this a leg B. All right, let me just open this up so you can see it better. I used to have United Parcel Service notated a lot better. So this is one of the biggest island reversals. We've seen others, but this is massive. Look at this. I'll have to use a rectangle. I can't use the... Look, from there, it didn't even get it on that big spike. So an island reversal means that you have a price point. Then there's a gap away from that price point, either up or down. And in this case, it took you from the end of July, right about the 27th of July, going all the way from 102, let's say, down to 82, 83, double bottom, and then scream up to underneath the gap low. So this is just in a trading range. And I think this, in a sense, is telling us about a lot of things. Now, I'm going to join United Parcel Service with Cintas and some others when we come back. We'll be back in a moment. Dow's down 86.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
All right, so I'll be there in a second. Let me just finish this. A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, so I said that we'll be looking at UPS. So UPS, United Parcel Service, is telling us about something about the economy. Look, it made this all-time high back in wherever it was. Let me just give you the exact time. It made this all-time high, the peak D, back in early 2022. I think it was February. It gets to the 230s, and then it just lower lows and lower highs. Look at this. The pink 9-period moving average is still pink, right? And it tumbles all the way down to this level right now that we're looking at, which is around about the 80. I'll give you the exact number in a moment. Is 80 double bottom, almost exact. This is the low of the 11th of September at 82 round number low. And what does it do? On the 14th of October, it goes to 82 round number low. That's usually a really good sign. Double bottom at a round number low. Round number low. And 82 point, round number low. Round number low. Now, what's really important about this, so let me just explain that because we did not go to 81.99, this becomes the low. You can start counting, and I didn't do that. I should have done that. That should have been the A. This is another A right here. Look, that's the starting point, right? So that's A. That's A. It's lower. So it's A. There's your B. There's your C. There's your D. So this becomes E/A. And F/B. All right, and it didn't make a new high. And then what does it do? It comes down, and it has another peak A and a B. Gray A, that's a gray A and a gray B, and this is another one. Although the full, we did get to an F, so this could have been another buy signal to buys. We haven't got to a buy mode yet. The stochastic's very weak. MACD's just turned negative. So look, this is in a trading range. I'm just suggesting that this is telling us about the economy. It is just stuck. It's stuck in the lower range, number one. If you go to Cintas, this is one of those that we look at forever. Cintas Core, Uniforms Rentals, been talking about the economy. This tells us a good story. Uniforms Rentals, come on. It hits an all-time high of 229.94 double top. beautiful double top, pulls back all the way to the 180 level, and it is close to taking out this left side. There's the arch formation within the rectangle, so you've got to be very careful. Syntax, not breaking down in the big picture with the monthly chart because the 9 is still very strong over the 14, but it is in the lower range of the upper quadrant, right? Now we're looking at Uri, another good indication for me about rentals. United Rentals hits a high of 1,020 something right there, little Chapman wave 2-bar reversal at a peak D, and it's trading out 824. Yeah, that's something, right? Goes to peak E in the weekly chart. Also not breaking down per se in the daily. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Weekly doesn't look great. But the monthly says, just a bit of a pullback. WM, if waste management takes a beating like this, something's going on here. I mean, they're always, waste management, does that stop? No, not a chance, right? So waste management makes an all-time high of 240-something, 242.38 in June of this year, and it tumbles all the way down to 194. And now it's up peak A, peak B. It's trying to rally off the lows. So you see, it's a very mixed market. And because of that, I'm just suggesting to you that this is telling me that there are internal weaknesses to the market. There are some strengths. I don't want to take the time now. I did it on Friday. I'll just mention it one more time. I'll show it and I'll talk more about it. Oh, what happened here? Waiting for data? Give me a break. This is waiting for data. So I thought I'd make this nice and quick. What are we looking at, S&P? No, you can't do that. XLF and SPY. Why is that changing by itself? Uh-oh. SPY. Of course, I'm going to have to change the notation and everything. What can I say? Yeah, look at that. So here's the XLF, S&P Select Financial is in pink. Blue is the spider, and you can see they make tops at exactly the same time. Oh, no, I didn't notice that. The financials went on, and the S&P, this is a monthly chart. That can't be right, didn't it? October, November, we're not in December. Good grief. Oh, I'm going to have to just check on this chart, but this one is a little different. Let me go to the XLF right now. Oh, it moved off course, right? Moved off course by about 60 degrees here. Yes. Oh, no, XLF. Yeah, that's accurate. Look, so September, October, November. September, the XLF made its high. And, oh, that's the XLF. That's interesting. And the SPY made its high in October. This is the first time we've seen a divergence there. Good. I'm pleased I did that because I was under a misimpression. Let's go back there. Look. So this is something to watch. The XLF, let's just do that again. XLF. Yeah. Okay. So let me do some analysis over the next by tomorrow. I'll have this down. I need to be able to interpret it correctly. So that, but in the meantime, the XLF and the SPY up until now, almost every month has made the exact turns at tops and bottoms. So I'm watching this one very closely. Okay. With that said, we were looking at UPS. Then I went to the others and I said, this group is telling me, because it's really an economic group, right? It's just telling me that things are not great, all right? Things are not great. So why is the TLT not screaming to the upside with yields going down? I don't know. That's a quandary, and that's part of what I'm looking at is the November shakiness for the market, because there are a lot of things here that are just, they don't make sense. All right, so with that said, let's return to the questions. Disney. So Disney, wow, what a What a decline that was. Look at that. Tootling on the 116 level on the, that was on 12th of September, 12th of November, after a low of 108. Well, I think it was 109. Yeah, 109.18 on the 6th. It jumps 10 points, 117.09. And then the next day it gaps down. So 117, and the next day it's hitting 104.91. I think that's a problem. That's another kind of an economic thing that's saying to me, not everything is good. And that's the reason why we've been taking money off. We've built up a cash position. I think you've just got to be careful. I'll be back in a moment. DAX short covering. I don't have the DAX. I do the EWG. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So I've got the EWG. I don't have the DAX for some reason. TradeStation doesn't have it. But this is the ETF. This is the iShares Germany ETF. Trading at 40.26, down 60 cents. And my target here on the dreaded H pattern with another fader at a peak A says 39.77. The 200-period moving average will be my target. And I'm watching the weekly and monthly charts very closely. So that's before we wrap up AQST. Yeah. Peak C made a peak D in the weekly chart, peak D, the leg D in the monthly chart. AQSD is trading, what is it? A Quest of Therapeutics. and that went to C, D, E, F, G. C, D, then a peak A, / E / A, F / B, G / C, then it went to the D, right there at 755, and now it's coming down. Yeah, I think this one is in the category that says rallies are probably going to fail for a little while. Watch $5, but it'll be very impressive if it can close with 2 out of 3 sessions above 645. Preferably 650, but let's say 645. All right, so just real quickly, FXI. FXI is trading down. It's just stuck in the, I drew in the rectangle formation. It's stuck in the rectangle formation. I'm just saying, be really careful. We tried to put a position on today with a stock we followed for a long time. I couldn't quite understand why it did so well, but it did so well Thursday and Friday when the general market had been weaker. That I thought, well, we'd take a position. No, it didn't work out. I'm not playing that game now. I'm trying to conserve cash as much as possible. I just think that there's a lot of risk here, especially in individual stocks. And we're going to have to wait till Wednesday. I think Wednesday is when NVIDIA comes out. And NVIDIA right now is trading down 2.6, acting not acting all that great for a leading stock. So have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Check out my Opening Call Daily newsletter and see you. Wait for Steve Rhodes. Steve Rhodes is coming up.